Some of you know me as the funny guy here at church, but I didn't grow up in a church-going family. We went fishing on Sundays. I grew up seeing God as this vengeful God who basically punished people for being bad. I didn't start going to church until I was an adult, searching for something, I guess to fill a void. Even then, I really didn't understand what it truly meant to be a Christian, and honestly, nothing about me really changed. I was still doing what I had always been doing. So I bounced around from church to church, finding any number of reasons for leaving. I carried around this overwhelming feeling of hopelessness that there was no way I was going to heaven. I have done way too much in my life to be forgiven. And I couldn't forgive me, and quite frankly, I don't know how God could either. My wife, however, she led us to this church. She felt this was the one, so we became members. And there I was, still finding excuses to not attend, still full of hopelessness, still convinced that it was just too hard to overcome my past. And besides, only perfect people go to heaven. Everybody knows that. Finally, one day I told my wife that somehow I'm either going to connect at this church or I'm done. I'm just going to accept my fate, and I'm going to go to hell. Out of the blue, Steve invited us to join his small group, and through that group, I found that I'd been making it way too hard. I didn't have to earn forgiveness. It was as simple as accepting this gift of grace and letting God in my heart. All the things I had read and heard began to make a little sense. Still confusing, but for the first time in my life, I had this feeling of hope. It's so humbling to know that Jesus sacrificed his life so that I could have this gift, and I don't have to be perfect to accept it, just willing to follow. And if God will open his arms up to me, he will for anyone.